It is a technology that has existed for thousands of years, a pure and direct expression of our consciousness.
Since the beginning of time, mankind has used music and dance to commune with nature and the spirit of the universe.
With that force, great magic can be done.
A group of older friends of mine invited me to come to a large dance party.
And I remember walking up the stairs. It was this old, huge warehouse. I heard this sound coming out of the sound system.
And the sound is resonating the walls and the floor, and there's this music that I started to fall in love with, which is this electronic music.
When you first hear it, it's kind of uncomfortable and you're like, oh, I don't like that.
I wasn't quite sure what it was, really. I just didn't know it. It wasn't coming from guitars and drums.
And I'm like, I don't know what this is. I don't know how into it I am.
But then something snapped, and all of a sudden I was addicted, and it totally changed my whole life.
It moved me to a point where there was no turning back at that point. I was moving forward with this sound.
Feeling that power inside, feeling that sensation, it was so much more than just a party. It was more than a party because you felt it, mind, body, and spirit.
It was based on the fact that we were sharing this experience together on the dance floor, and they understood the implications of what that meant for the rest of our lives and for the larger transformation of the larger culture, and that was it. You know, I was signed on.
We have now access to sounds that just don't exist outside of light and pure energy. It's pure energy.
They're connecting with music that is made for the intention of having an ecstatic or transformative experience.
Feels to me to connect to a language that's inside of me already.
The paradigm of music as a spiritual technology for altering consciousness in a way that allows you access to spiritual dimensions.
It puts you in a different mindset. And when you communicate, you open up other doors of perception.
That's how our bodies work on this repetitive vibration.
It became more of a way for me to balance my vibrations with the vibrations of the music. And it became like a medium, a tool for me to use. Almost like meditation in motion.
We are vibration, we are tone, we are constantly moving and creating noise.
Being around that energy of 1,000 people dancing together to the same music in this huge club transformed something inside of me.
When we build this energy, what are we doing with it? It's like a key that a lot of people are snapping into again. Oh yeah, being more conscious of what we're doing with it. And I feel like that's the next evolution for a larger range of dance culture gatherings.
We have linked into a deeper, more ancient understanding of what dance and the intention that we hold with each other is all about.
Now the real meat of the religions is in their spiritual practices.
Because what we are reenacting is actually the oldest form of religion that we have.
Spirituality in general has always been about ecstatic religious experience.
We want to take it beyond just getting high on the dance floor and having this kind of peak experience. We really want to build community.
Bringing the beauty and the connection that we found on the dance floor, off the dance floor, and into real life.
What is happening right now is there is an emerging global dance culture that's based around prayer and intention, a lot of which was happening in indigenous cultures around the world for a long time. What we're getting now is a return, a rebirth, a reemergence of this sense of intention and purpose through community gathering and through ecstatic states of dance and movement.
There's this sort of sense of a kind of growing intensity. There's some change that's just about to come.
On December 21st, 2012, which is the last date of the Mayan calendar, the Earth lines up perfectly with the Sun, which lines up perfectly with the center of the Milky Way galaxy.
We feel the Earth changing. So instinctually, we know that we're heading towards a collective gathering.
When sun dancers come together and dance the dance of illumination, they will enter into the Garden of Eden again.
So what we're doing at these gatherings is we're preparing for that shift. We're practicing for the cosmic dance.